Hey guys, I hope you're well. So today's video, as promised, is kind of a haul video, but it's going to be split, like I said, into sections. So today's video is going to be mascaras and foundation, concealer, face products that I've purchased over the last 6 weeks or so. I'm not going to do a kind of I've bought this, I've bought that, I've bought this. I'm going to give mini reviews on them because I've had time to try them, and I personally find this more useful when I watch haul videos if the people have tried it instead of just showing me what they've bought and why. So I'll start with foundations first. I've bought quite a few foundations recently. I'm always on the hunt for the perfect base. I think the base is the most important part of your makeup. If you have a great base, if your face looks really flawless and lovely, then everything else kind of comes together. So the first product I probably purchased about 3 weeks ago is a foundation from MAC, and I've been wanting to try this for ages. I love the Pro Longwear concealer in the tube for under my eyes. It's a really nice consistency and very light and good coverage. So I purchased the Pro Longwear foundation. My friend told me she liked it, so I thought, oh, I might as well give it a go. I do like this. It's a very, very nice foundation from MAC. I don't usually like MAC foundations. It's quite a good coverage, I would say a medium coverage with a very nice light finish. It's very easy to work with and blend, but I just find it doesn't last that long on my skin. I know it's called Longwear, which I'm really surprised, but after about 2 or 3 hours my face starts to look very, very greasy, and I have to use a lot of powder throughout the day if I'm wearing this. I do like the finish. I think it looks very natural on my skin. I have a luminosity, but it also covers really nicely, but it just doesn't last well enough. So I've been mixing that with another foundation which I've been using, and I bought this last weekend, but it's a backup because I just run out, and it's Estee Lauder's Double Wear foundation. On its own, this foundation, I find it very, very hard to work with. You have to use your fingers and not a brush. It's quite heavy, but for oily skin it's fab. If you mix it with another foundation, a lighter foundation you like, it really, really makes it last a lot longer. And I find that I usually mix it, or I just put it on my nose and my T-zone and the other foundation everywhere else, and it works really, really well. But I do love this foundation for staying power and when I mix it, but on its own it kind of looks a bit flat and it's a bit like a mask on my face, which I'm not so keen on. Another foundation which I've purchased, again, is a repurchase as I've had this before, and it's Chanel's Matte Lumiere. I loved this the first time round. It's a very natural looking matte, but not too matte, with a kind slight luminosity to it, medium coverage foundation. I love the smell. The thing I love most about this foundation is the colour match for me. I use 20 Clar, and I find that is the most gorgeous colour on my skin. It's probably the best foundation match I've ever found. It's kind of got a peachy yellowy tint to it, which is really, really nice, but it doesn't last that long. Considering it's called Matte Lumiere, I would have thought it would be quite long wearing, but personally it lasts probably about 5 hours, and then I have to retouch with powder or retouch again. So I do mix it with Double Wear, which makes a really, really nice long lasting foundation. But on its own, if you don't have crazy oily skin but it does get a little bit shiny, this is really nice. But if you have quite oily skin like I do, and mine tends to get shiny very, very quickly, then it isn't the most long wearing foundation, but it's very nice coverage, very nice finish, and a really nice colour. So the last foundation that I've been using recently is by Clarins, and I didn't buy this. I was given this by a friend last week because she didn't like it. She doesn't have very oily skin, so I'm surprised she actually bought this, but it's by Clarins, and I've never tried one by them before, and I'm so impressed. I absolutely love it. Out of the others and the other foundations I've tried before, this is so good for really, really oily skin. It's the Everlasting foundation, and I can't believe I've never tried this before. It smells gorgeous. It feels very light. It's not liquidy when you pump it out. It's more of kind of a liquid mousse. It's quite thick, but applying it is very, very easy. And the thing about this that makes it last so long is that when you've put it on your face, it kind of turns to a powder. It doesn't look powdery on your face, not really, really cakey or anything, but it just feels like a soft powder, kind of like when you put a silicone setting powder. It makes your skin feel very, very even and very, very soft. which is really strange because most liquidy foundations, even matte ones like Double Wear, still feel liquidy. So this is a bit strange to blend, and it's very, very different from anything I've tried before, but it really, really makes a difference to the lasting power of my foundation. The colour is a little bit too light for me, so I might pick up another one, I think, and this is Nude. And I just love the coverage, the medium coverage. It turns to a powder, which is really, really nice when you want something to last long. Probably lasts about 8 hours or so. It's probably the longest lasting foundation I've tried in a long time. I do set it with a powder on my nose because that's the area that gets the greasiest quickly, and it's fine. It lasts really well, and it looks really, really nice and natural on the skin, and it's quite light considering it's a medium coverage. So I really, really love that and recommend that if you have quite oily skin. Staying on foundation type products, I bought a new foundation brush from Coco Beau. And I'd heard a lot about this from various makeup artists and blogs and things quite a while ago, and I always meant to order it, but I never did. But I got around to ordering it a few weeks ago, and I absolutely love it. And if you can see, it's a very fat but short, dense synthetic foundation brush, and this makes for such an even, really, really nice application of your foundation. It kind of, because it's small and fat, it kind of bounces it off your skin. You don't get the streaks like other thinner and longer foundation brushes. You don't get the lines. It just kind of, it's hard to explain, but when it hits the skin and you kind of press it in, it kind of bounces and it creates a really, really lovely finish, meaning you don't have to blend so much after you've applied your foundation. I really, really love this brush. It was quite expensive. It was £29, which I know is a lot, but it's absolutely fantastic. It's very, very unique, and the bristles are really, really nice and soft, and it's just gorgeous, and it washes really well as well, because some foundation brushes are very hard to get the foundation products out of it, but this washes really, really nicely. I really love that. Concealer wise, I've bought 2 new concealer palettes recently. I probably shouldn't have because they're quite similar, but it's been quite interesting to compare 2 of them, and I've wanted them both for quite a while. So the first one is the Mercier Secret Camouflage palette. I purchased this on a whim last week after seeing Candy from I can't even remember, Candy makeup artist, you know who she is probably, her video and concealing under eyes, and she uses this and says it's amazing for just concealing in general, so I had to get it. I love Laura Mercier concealers in general. The Secret under eye brightening one is really, really good. It's very, very creamy and has a gorgeous salmon tone for under eyes, but this one is huge. As you can see, you get a lot of product, and the smaller side is more of a pinky tone, and this one is more of a yellow tone. The thing that surprised me about this is I didn't expect the formula to be how it is. It's quite waxy, and I'm not used to that. I usually go for concealers that are very, very creamy and very easy to work with, and this is quite hard to work with. You have to warm it up on your fingers first before applying it, and personally I don't really like that, but it gives the effect that's worth it. It gives a very strong concealing effect. It conceals blemishes really well, it conceals under eyes really well, it highlights the lighter colours really nice for highlighting and for contouring using concealer, and it's really, really long lasting. Usually the creamier concealers kind of melt off my face and don't last so long, but this lasts really, really well on blemishes. I really, really like this. I just don't really like working with it, but I guess the creamier products are going to melt off. It kind of makes sense that the waxier ones stay longer. The other product I've purchased was Becca's Concealer Duo, and this is, in the colour Sherbet. And as you can see, there's 2 halves again, and they are slightly different in tones, but one is meant to be kind of medium coverage and one is more of a heavier, very industrial strength coverage concealer. Personally, I don't really see the difference in the coverage strength, but I do like this. It's very waxy again, which means it does last really, really well. I do really, really think this is amazing for covering blemishes. It doesn't go cakey. It's easy to apply once you've warmed it on your finger, and it lasts and it covers all day. I really, really like this, but personally I think I prefer the Laura Mercier one over the Becca one. Onto mascaras. I've bought 3 new mascaras recently, and I love all of them actually, which is really rare because I'm quite picky with mascaras. The first one, and the one that I think is amazing and you should all go and buy because it's absolutely fantastic, it's No7's Exquisite Curl mascara. And I purchased this with my £5 off voucher. Wasn't expecting great things, but it is absolutely amazing. It has just, you know, a normal natural bristled brush that's slightly curved, but the thing about this, I don't know how it does it, but it kind of multiplies my lashes, makes them look so thick, like I've got double the amount of lashes. The formula is really nice, it's not wet and it's not dry, so no clumpy lashes, separates them all, multiplies them, curls, and the curl lasts, and I absolutely love this. It's definitely a must try. The other one I picked up was Maybelline's One by One mascara, and I'm not usually a fan of Maybelline mascaras in general, but I like this one. It is a little bit more clumpy than the other one. Doesn't give as natural lashes as Exquisite Curl, but that's good for the evening or days when you want a little bit more va-va-voom to your lashes. So the bristled brush is a large plastic brush. It's really nice. It is a little bit wet, so your eyelashes get a little bit clumpy, but it's very nice if you want exaggerated lashes, and I really like this one. I find that if I apply a more natural one then apply this on top, you get a really nice effect. And the last one is a little bit strange, and you may not have heard that Clnique do this, but I heard Pixie Woo Sam talking about this on Twitter a while ago, and I had to get it, and it's Clnique's Bottom Lash mascara, and it's this teeny tiny wand. If you can see, it's kind of shaped like a Christmas tree. And I love this. This is great for getting on your top lashes, for getting the teeniest little lashes, and but like I said, it's meant for bottom lashes. It's really good for getting a nice definition on your bottom lashes, grabbing every single lash, not clumping them, separating them, and making them look gorgeous. It's also got a smudge proof formula, which is great. But the reason I really like this, and probably most of you are thinking, why do you need a bottom lash mascara when you can use the same one? But for years I've never used the same mascara for on top of my lashes as my bottom, because for my top lashes I like more extreme lashes, kind of more curled and more blacker and more product on them, and on my bottom I like them to be almost invisible but kind of defined, because I don't really like the clumpy bottom lash look. So I always use a different mascara like Givenchy Phenomenize to get that slight difference, or a mascara that's very dry and doesn't add a lot of product to the lashes. But since having this, I've used this every single day and I absolutely love it. So overall guys, there's my mascaras and foundation products I've bought recently and tried. I hope you enjoy. Next are lipsticks and other products. Thanks guys, bye.